Albeit, though, the match is still important for them. 3 points for Porteclaire would mean just going up one place in the table. But for Dijon, a new team, it also means a lot to them. Surprisingly, an unfamiliar ground tonight as they play their first match at home hosting Porteclaire. Although it's a new team after the disband, they've earned the right to be here. They certainly are aware of the challenge ahead. And I say they play their first home game. Despite they played versus Palmon at home, I mean, it's a new team, really. All of those players have gone to different sides. It's a completely different team. No player remains in the team that played versus Palmon on game week 1 in this Dijon team today. So good evening, everyone. Porteclaire have the upper hand on terms of possession for this first 45. Rose has joined with me as well. Nice to see. The Peruvian looking to go wide. That's the choice he's done, and Mystic gets on the end of it. Tony coming from Verdelac. Verdelac having a big job to do to replace their defenders as they release me and a couple other defenders. His Mystic, though, flags raised for him. As I was saying, Verdelac had released quite a lot of their players, but replacing them with manpower like Ryek. He's doing really good. He scored 2 versus Clermont the other week. Also winning 5-0 versus Lorient. And talking about Verdelac, I mean, that's who Portclair have to overcome today. A win means they go on top of Verdelac. Ferry or Panzer? It's Ferry with the first touch. Also, I think he came from Verdelac as well. Staying in France. The ball to the back stick on Mystic and just stab the bar. Maybe Mystic on the return, but can't get on the end of that clear. Here's Tony. We've just seen the first little snippet of what Dijon can do when attacking, and Mystic very unfortunate to be missing there. Not sure if Zero Pig had that covered. He does have 130 AMS, so there is a bit of delay, but just like those are just so difficult. Managed to get in the way of his 2 Rainy down the wing now. He has to release it now whenever there's 2 black jerseys surrounding him. He's isolated on this wing so far, and eventually Fairy does intervene to make the challenge. It looks like there's a white shirt bolting down that wing there. Eager for the ball, never gets it in the end. Sarek Lover. Tony. Mystic is trying to make himself an option. Tony could switch it wider. That's a really good ball. Mugiwara is chasing it up. Mystic still. This is really lovely work to Sarek Lover on this left wing. In towards the box. That's just lovely. Fortier again. I believe he scored on game week 2 on his debut. He's done it again. On the trot. It's just so neat by Dijon. Versus a big team like Porteclaire, they've managed to get their first goal. The perfect start. 1-0 so far. Zero pig. Out for a Dijon throw-in. Cedric Glover to take. Taken short to Mystic. Mugiwara takes control. Aftershiz. And it looks like Pamzek is on his way down this left wing. Esato is backtracking. Pamzek, the early ball in, had a lot of ing swing, but didn't manage to swing itself enough or curl enough to actually for anyone to get on the end of it. Mystic. Estilano is going up because Dijon don't have the... They don't really have the numbers up. Now Estilano is marking Mystic on that Dijon left wing. Esato to Tony. Tony taking some inspiration from his former Verdelac teammate Sandu with that pass. Sandu loves those kind of long balls over the top, but didn't work out. Mystic, Zero Pig has misplaced his pass and it's fallen ever so kindly to Mystic. And just ever so unfortunately, Cedric Glover didn't have the touch. Can't really give it to Dijon like that. Here's Estilano. Dijon being taken off guard. He's got space. Does he have time? Tony's defending him on this wing. Cleared away by Dijon. Good work. Mugiwara gets the returning pass in. Here's Hafdashers. Esato cuts that out, but Hafdashers regaining it. Threads it into the middle. Here's to Rainy. Amzek. He lets fly. Jealous right. Just pops into the gloves of the Dijon goalkeeper. Doesn't trouble him. He barely had to twitch. That save. Accumulates his first save of the match, and an easy one, I'd say. Shot with not really the most effort. Estilano. I think Estilano is very underrated. On paper, no. Stats aren't really the most, but you don't look at a player like that. Here's Ferry. Only 13 more minutes of normal time to play. Somehow it stayed in and given Ferry possession again. And Panzer, good defending on this wing. Can he intercept it the third time? No, Zero Pig is off his line and manages to collect the cross calmly. How on earth did that stay in? Panzer did a little rainbow flick and it stayed in, bounced off the... Here's Mystic. Still managing to keep it and in a nice manner. Esato over the top towards Mystic. Was never really initiated perfectly. It landed to Hafdashers. Esato again. Found Mystic. Cedric Glover is trying to make himself an option in the middle. He's actually retracting and going back. That has stayed in just very, very narrowly. The ball in towards Fontieg. That's his second goal. They have worked that so patiently, and when it finally came, Fontieg lives off moments like these. We've just seen it again for the second time this evening. Maybe the start of something new for Fontieg. He scored 3 times in 2 games It's showcasing what a player he can be. Maximizing his potential at a team like this. Hamzak hasn't really been set through. Pontiac pounces to Rainey. Dominant off those second touches with 100 ms. I'm not Spanish, but I think a Dijon player called Porteclaire bad. Georgia o Team Porteclaire es demasiado malo tío. Doesn't tío mean uncle? Yeah, it does. Someone translate. Ferry. Isolated on this wing alongside Panzer. And look who is also isolated on the other side. From one wing to another. From one end to another. And Tony didn't have any curve on it. Ferry. Dijon come again, the little Rabona. But Mugiwara intervenes. Mystic takes it off of him. Tries to find a gap to open up the shot for him. Mystic still carrying on inside the box. Estilano manages to intervene. Zero Pig reacts. This is pandemonium just outside the box. Fontiac over the top to Mystic. His swing is wild. Back inside the middle. In swing across towards Fontiac. Big on the back stick. And that is the hat trick. How good is he? It's a third for Dijon, the third for Fontiac. It's such a perfect start to your Dijon career. To any career. In this game, it matters so much. Dijon came into this game knowing, fully aware, how much this game means to them. And they just decided to play, and Fontiac is giving it his all. Individual brilliance we're seeing just going on into the second half. Too Rainy, poor ball. Tony easily in the way of it. Haftashes was trying to get to it, and there's the halftime whistle. Sarek was trying to be on his run. Tony is complaining about that. But last attack already happened. Batslick remains on the bench, and he's made the personnel change of bringing on Owen. Was he always on? Well, now the Portuguese super trio can maybe prove to be something again. Here's another chance to prove themselves in the French League. So Porteclaire come again this time. It's Dijon kicking off. Mystic. I'm experiencing some lag despite my own host. Couldn't work it past too Rainy, Mystic. It's Rainy, in fact, that is. Lovely pass, Irwin. Now we need to just see what Irwin can do. He hasn't done much. He did all he could. Tries to give it to Aftershares in the midfield. Panzer back to Zero Pig. Has there been any changes for Dijon? No. No changes for Dijon. They've kept their team. They didn't really have any substitutions or anything to do about it, really. Here is Mystic. Estilano can't get the block off. It's all the way to this back post. He snatched at it a little bit there. Couldn't place it on target. The delay might have killed that finish. Turani, lovely ball by Zero Pig, straight from goal kick. Irwin is there in the middle. Can Turani even make a pass off? He might go himself here on this wing. Gives it to Irwin. And so maybe the Portuguese can be proving themselves to be something efficient in this French league. One of the three has scored. It's Irwin. Porteclaire could be back in it. Or can Dijon actually just ruin their hopes? It's all optimistic now. Bearing down on goal, can't have the finish, though it's cleared away by Porteclaire. I think it was Mugiwara is one of the two who are in there. Mugiwara or Panzer. Sarek Lover to Mystic. Estilano gets the first touch. Mystic pouncing on the second. Portuguese to another Portuguese. Portier. Panzer. To Irwin. Not keeping it tidy in possession, Porteclaire. They've lost it a couple times this match. They want to keep their head up though. 2 more goals just to equalize. It's a tough job, however, versus a team like Dijon. Sarek Lover is actually lower mess now. He's one of the best on the team. Mystic trying to read that pass back to Zero Pig. "25 more minutes to play." Iguari had a lot of space there and played it early to Irwin. Not really a good decision as Irwin has lost it. Sarek over the top. Estilano could get in the way of this, or may it be Mystic? It's Estilano for sure. Mugiwara retracts. Mugiwara to half dishes. The Cypern. He's been somewhat quiet tonight. Could make a name for himself in the second half. Just approaching 70 minutes. Hopefully he will. As Porteclaire begin to build something. Panzer is coming up. Irwin is also coming up. I believe that's Turani in the middle. The outswinger, which is cut out beautifully. Estilano back with it. Irwin couldn't have the touch. He's lucky enough. It stayed in. Little chip there to Rainy, I believe. Sarek Lover gets that. Mugiwara. Oh, and to Rainy. Rainy clips it in towards the middle, and Sarek Lover. The flicked header to get it away, and it's fallen to Mystic. Mystic versus Estilano, but Mystic releases it early enough for Fairy. Mugiwara is chasing this, and Manages to defend his fairy. Mystic is charging down this wing. That's going to stay in. Porteclaire also has been silent this second half. He has a hat trick if you haven't been watching. You've been missing out. Rainy is trying to defend Porteclaire on this wing. The question is, can he? I have to say, he delivered the ball too late. There were so many opportunities where he could, and I feel like he just thought, no, I can't. He's going to intercept it. But when he actually did deliver, he lost it. Never mind that. And again, Porteclaire dispossessed by Rainy. SD Lino. Rainy. Each one of these promising chances for Porteclaire just go to waste. One of the few resulted in Erwin scoring. Rabona to Serik. He's taken Panzer down with a aggressive slide tackle. May see a booking there. It's up to Kaipu, and indeed, Serik Lover has been put in the book for that challenge. And straight from the free kick, maybe it could come back to bite them. Here's Rainy. Nope, Esatul on the reach. Erwin! Oh, that was a delicious finesse and just hit the bar. Very, very unlucky. Straight from the free kick. It was only a couple seconds until Porteclaire got that shot off. It was Erwin. Unlucky. $83. Time is running out for Porteclaire. They're underwhelming. Tony. Although it was a bit of host abuse, you can't really say that. Porteclaire don't really have any NA or anything like that. Offside, Serik. Again, unfortunate. Really had the header on, which Porteclaire is able to get to. Jealous right again. Having quite the comfortable job despite conceding one in this entire game. Clean sheet cut out by Erwin. With a lovely finish. Porteclaire. Lovely ball. Up to the wider option, Ferry. He has to deliver inside the box. And he's being react declined. That's unlucky. SD Lino takes it away from him. Aftershoes. Porteclaire, good interception by Mugiwara. Serik Lover could actually get the second touch. Five minutes of additional time. I don't think it's enough for Porteclaire to actually come up with anything. Whoever's looking more likely to score, it's Dijon, if you ask me. But losing the ball like that, working your way up into the final third, it's not really looking that likely. Here's Rainy. Very good defending. Rainy manages to intercept the clearance again. But given straight back to Jealous right. Mystic is off on this wing and Mugiwara is behind him. I don't think Mugiwara can manage to intervene with this. Mystic is trying to cut inside, but Mugiwara is able to defend. After shows, the referee has a decision to make here. Is it last attack? Yes, it is. It kind of already happened there with Mystic. But let's play carry on. Here's Panzer. A goal here won't mean much. Dijon are down to 6. Panzer the ball in towards the middle, and Serek Lover with the header away, and that's full time. This could be so promising. Dijon have the perfect start to a season. 3 games in, but with this new team, it's technically 2. They've drawn 1 and they've won 1 tonight. What a game.